All right. I think we are live. It is gorgeous out here. I'm going to see if I can get this fire going. So, not sure if anyone's going to be around on a Wednesday afternoon, but it is gorgeous. It's time to burn some stuff. Let's do it. Oh, hey, Tim. Hopefully, you can hear me. Good to see you, FKCH. Hey, good to see you, Tony. Thanks for being here. We're just going to burn a few things. And I have 10 positions on the old panel if anyone wants to come on. Hey. Hi, Emma. Good to see you. It's gorgeous out. So thanks. Thanks, Tony. I'm just going to burn some stuff because it's so beautiful. It's t-shirt weather. It's fantastic. Oh, and cheers. Cheers, folks. This is a Pilsner. And we just call them bunny beers. Cheers. Oh, that's a good bunny beer. All right, let's get this fire going. Let's chop some wood. Hi, Nipper. Hey, how's it going? I know. T-shirt weather, man. Why not burn some stuff? Yeah, absolutely. The fire in the wood stove is out. There's no need for it. Nice. See if we can get some of this burning. Not much of a fire right now. We'll work on that. And my friend, Big Isaac, got me this lighter leash. Just goes right on your belt. Super handy. I do have Doomcock on my shirt. I've got 4 or 5 Doomcock shirts, and I wear them all the time. I bought them at his store on Zazzle. Want a demon today or a surprise? Dude, I would have you in a heartbeat. Absolutely, I would have you, Tony. I'll send you a link. But I'd love to have you. Some dumb Canadian burns down half a BC film at 11. Hey, smart people can burn shit down too. Trust me. Now I'm burning while we still can, before the fire ban comes. See if we can get this going here. This needs to be a little more impressive. Not so impressive at the moment, but it will be. We got 2 hours before Doomcock. Oops. And this is his shirt. It says, winning the war on woke. I wear this, especially whenever I go into town, because town is where the liberals are and the leftists. So they love this shirt. All right. We need to do a little better here. There, this is the old Christmas tree, or parts of it. That should burn. Get the birch bark going. That should go. This should go. Come on here. Why is that birch bark burning? It was raining and damp a little just a couple of days ago, so the fire pit is a little damp, but we can get this going. We have the power to get this going. Let's see who is in the chat. Yeah, Vox absolutely did well the other night. Absolutely. I mean, don't trust Vox. I only trust Alistar, says. Yeah, I trust Alistar, surprisingly, because he's a demon. I got fired for wearing that shirt. That's why I'm a full-time YouTuber. That's right, Tony. Yeah, I remember you saying that. It's up to you. Man, I would love to have you. I'd love to have a scientific talk. No characters today, Tony, but that was good with Vox. He did good. But I don't trust him as much as Alistar. I hope I do him proud. Yes, absolutely. 100%. That sucks. Well, it was better off, wasn't it? Emma says, I had a hard day, honestly. I would love Alistar on live, but I have to go to church in a while. Oh, okay. Well, good. Yeah, have fun there. And did it almost 2 years ago. Wow. That was really, Tony. Has it been that long? Man, you are exploding with your channel. Well, certainly compared to myself, but I did hit 555. So that's a cool number. I like that. But you've been putting in the work. I just do this for fun. You've been doing the work, man. And he said, FKHC, Tim says, but it was worth it, I bet. I think he would say it was. I think it would be. What the hell with these surprise fires? Hey, Max, if you want to come on, buddy, absolutely. Here is the link right there. If you want to come on, I got lots of space on the panel. I'm just burning stuff today, or well, I'm trying to. because it's so nice out. And we got 2 hours before Doomcock, so. So let's chop some wood and burn some shit. There, we should be able to get some of this to burn. It's starting to pick up now. We're starting to get a little bit of life to the fire. Oh, hey, Max. Max is here. Let me put in my earpieces so I can hear you. We'll get you right up here. Hi, Max. Can you hear me?
Oh my God!
We're burning stuff.
What is with all these combustibles?
We're just trying to get a fire going while we can before the fire band comes on. What avatar do you have on there? Oh, hey. Thanks for being here, Max.
Wait, I gotta find a better one. Coming. All right. Save image as.
It's gorgeous. Is it t-shirt weather where you are, Max?
It's raining, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is fantastic. This is pretty rare for February. It does happen here. It happened when I was in university a long time ago. But no, this is fantastic. We like this.
I mean, I remember back in Chicago, we'd have snow in May sometimes.
Oh yeah. We usually get a St. Patrick's Day storm. That's a thing.
Good. Where is?
Yeah, everything's just pretty wet here because we've had a fair bit of rain this month. This might go. If I had some diesel, that'd be all
right. Okay, delete that. Upload avatar.
Now that looks all right. All right, there we go. Yeah, I think that's gonna go. Hopefully you guys can see that okay. All right, thanks for being here, Emma. Thanks for being here. And you will definitely need a drink. Oh no, James Vanderbeek, Tim. I had no idea.
Yeah, that boy from Dawson's Creek.
Oh, that kid.
Yeah. Remember?
Right.
The Dawson.
I never watched it. I was too busy working. I had a snowplowing business and a roofing business at the time, so I just didn't get a chance.
The Dawson.
But I think I've seen him. In a movie. There we go. Now that's a fire. See, the Christmas tree is
He was in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Okay, right. Yeah.
As James Vanderbeek.
As himself.
Yes.
Tim is saying you're in California. Well, you're missing an E there, Tim, but that's okay. You're in California, so you get surprise fires there a lot, I bet. Oh, I hope you don't this season, Max.
No, and it's raining right now, so.
Man, that'd be awesome, Tony. If you want to come sit on the porch, absolutely. See, you're down in the good part. I would love to visit your part of the world, Tony. Your part of the states. Yeah, that. Hey, AJ Star Hiker, good to see you. And not me watching young Sheldon while watching this, says Emma. I never got into that show. I never got into the Big Bang Theory because I never really, they weren't credible geeks to me, Max. You know?
Yeah, you know how I watch that show? Through YouTube Shorts.
Okay.
So it's like I could take that show like a minute at a time.
Yeah, okay. I get that. They just didn't strike me as credible geeks.
It's like, okay, this setup's just too convenient.
And they're popular, and the girls they were hanging out with, come on. They wouldn't have talked. They wouldn't talk to. No way. No way.
You know that me and Bialik was only supposed to be in like one episode. It was like supposed to be one and out. Amy, the one who ends up being his girlfriend.
Oh, okay, yeah. Mia is her name.
Yeah.
Okay.
She used to be on was it Blossom back in the day?
Oh yes. I do like her, and she's an actual
neuroscientist.
She's a yeah, exactly.
Yes, she's a neuroscientist. Very nice.
Oh yeah. So what are you allowed to have fires now there, or is there a fire ban?
Well, shit, I don't know. I live on the beach, man. We're it's like all that shady shit like floods and fires. It happens up in the hills.
Right.
We gotta understand is like San Diego County is broken up. It's broken up by canyons and valleys.
I'd like to go see San Diego. I've heard San Diego is actually a nice part of California.
Yeah, it's kind of sane.
Yeah, nice. Oh, see you later, Emma. Enjoy your day. Thanks for being here. And hello, Miss Catonic Madman. Hello and welcome. We're just burning stuff on a beautiful afternoon because I had some free time.
My combustibles.
Now I know in some parts of Australia, I've had, I had 100 beach days one year in Australia in 2001, and lots of beaches. We had bonfires, but now I think they're trying to outlaw that in a lot of places.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a pit, you know.
Well, yes, that's better.
You know, and people around here do. Yeah, it's like, you know, if you, there's not going to be, considering the situation we have with Tijuana, and, well, considering we have a wastewater situation with Tijuana. So, Tijuana needs to up their game in water reclamation.
Okay.
So, and we're like the first, we're right in the line of fire. Because like the other half of San Diego is like, there's another peninsula land that sort of protects it tidally from the tide, but it's, you know, it's on a day like this, it's raining, so it's going to make it worse.
Well, I know on Vancouver Island, they don't want a lot of the debris from a fire. You know, on Vancouver Island, they've banned it because people before have had fires down on the beach and haven't cleaned up their mess, and then
yeah.
you have fire
Well,
debris in the water.
like I said, it's like there is like there's stuff around beaches and parks, but like the real dangerous stuff is where you get up into the hills, like where man has really encroached on nature.
Yeah, bear country.
You know what? We have a bear on our flag, but I don't think there's any bears left in this fucking state.
Oh, okay, because that's what I was going by was your flag.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of false advertising in California.
Well, now, did you guys change your flag to a rainbow flag, maybe?
Not yet. God, Lord, help us. No.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I would like to do a road trip very much down through California. Maybe you go down along the coast and then back inland. I'd love to see the redwoods and the coast, and I know the same whales that I've seen hiking up the Pacific coast of Vancouver Island. Those whales go all the way down past California, and some of them come right into the bays, and you get quite a fantastic nature show.
Yeah, definitely.
Hello. Booty Duty Nick, hello. Thank you for being here. And AJ Starhiker says, I miss the old Minnesota flag. I'm not familiar with it. And why did they change it?
Well, if you look at
Somalia flag.
If you look at the new Minnesota state flag and look at the Somalia state flag, yeah, they're very similar. Yep.
And the new flag has, I think, images of rice and bananas on it, I think.
No. Here, hold on. Let me Somali.
That was a joke.
Yeah. Let's see.
There,
images.
That's a fire. We're getting somewhere now, Max. It wasn't very impressive the first minute, but it's much better now.
Let's see.
Oh, that's a fire. Now, I think we're legally restricted to 10 feet across for diameter of a fire. But we're under 10 feet. We're only about 4.
Let's see. Oh, here's the one I was looking for. Yeah. Oh.
I just got a text from West Kegel. Yeah, Wes Kegel just messaged me, and I just texted him saying, "Hey, Max and I are on now, burning stuff. Come on over."
You share screen. Somalia, Minnesota flag.
Where do you usually dump your stuff at?
Ashes? In the woods beside the house. I'm making an ash pile beside the telephone pole. Yeah, I would, just up on the hillside in one spot, just out of the way. I would. Why not? So we do have one neighbor that's pretty close. And this is it here, Max.
So this oh, come on.
Here comes the neighbor dog. Hi, Nipper.
This used to be the flag of the state of Minnesota. And then in 2024,
yeah,
it was
familiar.
Switched to this.
Hi, the lovely Sherry.
Oh. and
Oh.
the
That's ugly as sin, isn't it?
yeah, and I believe the I bet basically the Somali flag is basically the color on the right with a 5-pointed star. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
So you
I like the old
see the
flag.
similarities.
Yes, I do.
Of course, it's purely subjective, but yeah.
That's okay. Do you know our Canadian flag? Pretty boring as it is. And actually, Wes Cagle has our original flag. He's had that as an avatar many times. This flag, I didn't know there was never any vote on it. It just sort of happened. Same as a lot. Oh,
Yeah.
you wouldn't believe how many things we don't vote on, Max. Right now, our government is passing Bill C-17, 15, C-15, that actually exempts companies from any kind of laws except criminal laws. So any conflict of interest laws, any government minister
No tort laws.
can except criminal law, a minister by his own doing can exempt any company from any laws, including conflict of interest.
That is
except for criminals.
insane.
And it hasn't. And do you know what Canadian media and all my friends on Facebook are focused on? Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny. I'm not kidding.
What? I didn't even watch any. I didn't watch either halftime show.
No, I don't watch football. There's not enough ice in fist fights.
It is. So you're telling me that if a politician says so, if someone in the legislature says so, they can be exempt from
a government minister.
Oh, so it has to be in the executive branch.
Yes, and they can exempt any companies from any laws in Canada, including conflict of interest laws, just not criminal laws. Everything else is on the table if a minister lets them do it.
So that means a company could, like, if they were one of those, like what happened at what was it? Remember the town where the tankers like backed into the town, and it just got washed in fuel and burnt.
Oh,
Lagsamagentic, something like that.
Rings a bell. Yeah, in somewhere in Quebec.
Yeah, like something like that. There'd be massive civil liability. So basically, you're telling me that a government organization can simply waive that. Could under this proposition.
Yes. If it's not criminal, yes.
Well, if it's not, if it's civil, oh my God.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
Also,
how are you doing, T-Bone? Is it
fine,
funny where you are?
My apologies to you about this, about your latest school. Yeah, well, we're having rain too. Hi, Tony.
Yeah. It's sunny now, but it's only 41 Fahrenheit. So
I'm
balmy.
I'm ready to espouse the entire Commonwealth is fucked.
100%, my friend. Absolutely. Yep, I agree.
So enough about this. How are you, Tony?
Working hard, hardly working.
Wet. Very wet.
Wah, wah.
Working hard and hardly working, ladies and
gentlemen. T-Bone in 4K.
Well, he didn't want one of my friends to come up today, so I'm obliging.
Thanks. No, I appreciate having you on. And I think we might have Wes Cagle joining us here. I just got a message from Wes.
Somebody can argue with me about who's better, Vox or Al.
Who or Alf?
Vox or Al.
Oh. Ooh.
I trust Alistair more. Ooh,
Well, at least with Alistar, you know you're getting fucked. With Vox, you know
That's
you're gonna get fucked, but you don't know how.
that's a bland looking flag, says Miskatonic Madman.
It
Yeah,
is.
I miss
agree.
you, Miskatonic Madman. Come back to my variety shows. They're on tomorrow.
Got it. Yep, that's pretty much it. AJ Starharker, they are turning them into Shadowrun Megacorps. That's about it. But yeah, no, this is just a gorgeous day, and you know what? If this is what climate change is going to bring, I'm going to start burning more plastic because this is fantastic.
Oh, climate change.
yeah.
Ooh-wee.
Come on.
That's still a thing up here.
22.
Oh yeah, they're pressing hard on that. No, I'm liking this. What, like I was saying, when I was in university on the East Coast, it was just around the same, like 10th of February, and it went up to warmer than this. Ladies in the university where I was going were suntanning on the roofs, the flat roofs and the sun decks, in bathing suits. It was low 20s, 21 or 22 degrees in the Celsius. But, and then 2 days later, it was back down to like 10 or 20 degrees below freezing. So this is not unusual. We have experienced this before, but yeah, that's why I'm burning stuff. And I just thought I'd turn on the camera, and I've got lots of room on the panel. For Rod Thunderheart's birthday was last week, and I bit the bullet. And
Cam's Crash Course's birthday was yesterday.
That's right. And he asked me to message him. I cannot find the guy on Facebook.
Cam with 4
Messenger.
9s on X. It's Cam with 4 9s after it.
Thank you. I will find him on X. Yeah, because
Eugene, I miss you at my variety shows too. Thank you for hanging out last Thursday. I'm thinking about doing a long one. I'm thinking about just like starting early and ending late, Mari.
Oh, hey.
What you talking about?
Bird.
What you talking about
Eugene.
tomorrow for travel talk? By the way, you know yet?
Well, I think maybe I've been scanning a lot of photo negatives in just recently that when I had a film camera, but I've got quite a few pictures that I just dug up from Monaco. How's your
Ooh.
geography? Either of you,
Yeah.
Tony, do you know where Monaco is?
Isn't that in South America?
No, it's like you drive from Italy into France, and then all of a sudden, boom, there's Monaco.
Yes,
I'm thinking
and do you know why it's famous for Americans?
Isn't that like
The F1 race?
Racetrack?
Oh,
capitals of the
Grace
world?
Kelly.
Grace Kelly.
Bingo, Princess Grace. Yeah, do you know about that, Tony? Or you're not that young?
I mean, I know who Grace Kelly is, but I don't
Mhm.
have like direct memories of Grace Kelly's work.
No. Well, there's on Monaco. It's the French Riviera, and it's basically a mountainside, like I imagine parts of California to be, right against the ocean. Not, geez, I almost said the Caribbean, the Mediterranean.
That's what you get for talking about Mexico.
That's right. And so there's 3 levels of highways, like I imagine parts of California would have, where the upper highways and the lower ones right along the marinas and that. And she's famous in dying in a car crash on the upper highways along the coast of Monaco. And I was very young when it happened, so my details might be off. But I don't know whether she was driving or not. But yeah, she was married to the Prince of Monaco. She was Princess Grace and passed away. Jean probably knows. Oh, and hello. I want to say hello to Jamie Lynn Simons. Hello. I agree with Spidey. Oh, be careful. Them's dangerous words sometimes.
Agreeing with Spidey is your first step to grabbing that shovel and building that bomb shelter.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's yeah.
You know why someone would bomb Canada in the Great Next World War? To try and prove that they have a sense of humor.
You know, we have it coming. We've let our military, and someone asked me this. Well, you know, because I said, well, if America wasn't there, we wouldn't be able to defend ourselves because of all the cuts to our military, and that's a concern. But then someone said, well, who would ever take you over? So, well, that's also I don't know. We got fresh water. People tend to like fresh water.
You got plenty
And,
of lumber
I don't,
too.
and lumber and uranium, some of the highest grade uranium in the world. And poutine. We have a lot of the poutine.
I don't think anybody is going to be going after uranium post-nuclear world war. I think everybody's gonna have-
post-nuclear, no, but pre-nuclear.
Yeah. I think everybody will have their uranium spent.
It's all about the buildup.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got one picking up the beer. Yeah, I'm just gonna drink some beer tonight. I ain't gonna do anything dumb.
If you got the time, we got the beer.
We got
Miller
the beer.
I've heard that Britain. Now I haven't gone looking because I haven't had the money, but apparently, our wonderful socialist premier here in BC has banned all American alcohol. So I don't even think I can buy Kentucky bourbon.
Well, I guess that just means we're gonna have to play a road trip.
Well, yeah, that means that the Crown Royal that we buy now is made in America.
Damn
That
right.
is disgusting. Crown Royal. I cannot do the Crown Royal.
I didn't say the Crown Royal that I like. I'm just saying the Crown Royal
mixing agent. If you're using it as a mixing agent, it's tolerable.
I'm sure it is useful and in its capacity, possibly in Molotov cocktails and such.
especially the apple flavors, so that you get a good smell when you're causing your eyes.
And they've got a maple flavored bourbon. Is that sacrilegious? I'm not from the South, but is that sacrilegious?
I don't know. I don't drink anymore. So, Tony, why don't you take this question?
I haven't had the maple. I don't know. It might taste like syrup, I guess. I don't know. Kind of try to make us people get their alcohol as early as on their pancakes in the morning. Sounds to me.
See, here's the thing. Here's my thing. I mean, every ad that I have ever seen for alcoholic beverages, they're saying they got one name, one brand, another name, another brand. They're all advertising for the same thing. Because every ad here in America says drink responsibly. Now, I never heard of a beverage called responsibly. Have you heard of an alcoholic beverage called responsibly, Tony?
No.
Well, then.
I haven't.
Now, here's the thing. The beverage industry is not based on responsibility. 2/3 of their revenue comes from 1/3 of their customers binge drinking. Now, is that responsible? I ask you.
I know.
I would like to market something called drink responsibly. Yeah, drink
responsibly. Responsibly vodka, responsibly malt liquor, responsibly zero alcohol. all your responsibly needs. Drink responsibly.
What brand is that again? Is that some flavor of whiskey? I don't know.
That is true. And to be clear, nuclear power plants have been known to use nuclear energy. Ooh, now both of you are, I consider, intellectuals and reasonably informed, and you have a good ability to explain your opinions. I've heard, I've been going down a rabbit hole. Small nuclear
modular nuclear reactors.
It's not. It's the only way to do it. Now the military can do it on submarines because they have unlimited budget.
Yeah,
but it's not scalable down to be profitable.
We have to look at it. All right. Well, we only have to talk about. I can't remember like the date and the details and the names of the town, but there was this kid. He was the
Cub Scout.
Boy Scout. Oh, was he a Cub Scout or was he a Boy Scout?
He was going for his Eagle Scout.
Okay, so this kid builds a fully functional nuclear reactor with coolant water, steam venting, the whole nine.
Well,
It is,
it wasn't the whole 9. It had neutron reflectors and
Yeah.
it's like a neutron gun. So
but
it was
it was
it
still
was a
putting off energy.
it was a
still
breeder
putting off
reactor.
energy. Yeah, it's still putting off energy. He could have used it for energy.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it was in his backyard.
But it was in his backyard in his dad's tool shed.
Yeah.
So
and he was using what was it? Radium paint.
radium paint.
Radium paint that used to be on clocks. That's how they originally got clocks to glow in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I had a watch like that.
So the reactor started to get hot. He obviously didn't figure it out his point of criticality like he should have. And he could have irradiated hell. That whole little suburb could have been like a miniature Chernobyl if it had melted down. And
instead, he just created his own EPA Superfund site.
Yeah.
And I hope someone like a corporation would have snapped him up, right, and hired him.
He's a bit.
He's
a bit. That's a bit freelance. The responsibility is kind of a big thing in the nuclear business.
Yeah.
Well, I'll put it to you. I'll put it to you this way: nuclear's biggest problem is that it had a shit introduction into the world.
Yeah, it did. Yes. It was in the wrong time. It was in the nuclear energy was introduced literally in the time period whenever anybody associated the atom with the bomb. Like literally every Tom, Dick, and Harry associated the atom with the bomb.
So it's easy to it's not easy. It's really easy to stir up fright. It's like, oh good God, nuclear, oh my God. But if you are willing to invest 10, 15 billion dollars in a nuclear plant, it is, scale it up. But yeah, it's really hard to scale it down. Like you can't. There's the thing about the U.S. military, but that's why a submarine costs $1 billion.
Right.
Yeah, we have 2, and they're both still in repairs on the Pacific Coast in dry dock.
Mm-hmm.
I've been involved with a machine shop. We made parts for the torpedo launching tubes, and we had to keep all the materials, just the raw steel and aluminum, in a chain link fence inside our property that was segregated with logbooks and it just for it's crazy, man.
There's a big scandal a few years ago. There was a woman who she was like the only metallurgist whose job it was to test the steel that was going into American submarines. And it's got to be like HY 100. It's got to be of like a extremely high tensile strength.
Right.
And she was like, you know what? I don't know if it's 100%, but it's good enough. I'm like, really? So they had to go back. Not only did that woman get indicted and convicted, but they had to go back and they had to redo all their metallurgical testing on submarines.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's good. I'm glad that they caught her. I'm concerned. I don't know if you guys have heard, but China has their fingers in Canadian institutions all over the place.
Allegedly.
Fingers.
Well, it's not allegedly. It's proven. CSIS has done a report. The RCMP.
Fun fact: China has their fingers in just about everything.
Yeah. I mean,
NRC say anything? What's NRC?
Nuclear Regulatory Commission.
Canadian Commission.
Right.
What was I going to say? The
Chinese.
Oh my God, the China, one of the people in my synagogue. I'm close enough to Tijuana here. Someone has a BYD, which is like the biggest Chinese EV maker, and it's like I don't know. I wasn't like shaking in my boots parking next to him, but I'm like, oh God, I saw this thing the other day, and I was like, please don't let it be someone I know. And there it is, one of my friends from synagogue. And it's like, but
Damn it.
there's serious build. I mean, aside from the battery issue, there's like serious build quality from what I've been
Oh, yeah.
seeing.
Absolutely.
But on the other hand, the Chinese manufacturing just can't figure out the compression issue with internal combustion engines.
Yeah. And I don't know, the electric, like, we don't have the capacity. We just do not have the capacity to generate enough electricity for electric cars. And they work in Norway. Norway's cold, yes.
Yeah.
But try driving 2,000 kilometers somewhere in Norway.
Oh yeah.
Because that's how far it is for me to get to like Winnipeg.
I mean, Ford dumped $20 billion into into trying to make an electric F-Series, and they eventually just gave up.
Yes.
Making something purely electrical with the systems that we have in place is incredibly difficult. You can do it, but you would also have to provide a network and an infrastructure. Like, it's a civil engineer's worst nightmare. It's like, how many power lines do I need to allocate? How much extra power do I need to run from this outlet and this outlet, run underneath the roads, to run parallel with the pumps, so that way it's convenient for both people and people with electric cars to be able to go to their one spot for their power.
Yeah,
and it's a civil engineer's worst nightmare.
And so much energy is lost switching from one state grid to another because of the difference in voltage. There's like no one standard.
No. So you'd have to have God knows how many charging docks at different charge capacities, at different capacitance for individual models.
Yeah.
Like, it's just logistically impossible right now.
Yeah.
Like,
well, it's yeah. I mean, you say what you will. I mean, here's what I've like the most cogent, the most largest point is to me, like carbon. Yeah, it's messy, but we can model the prices out from exploration and exploitation to the amount of carbon that gets put into the atmosphere, like all the way and everything in between, because we've had it for hundreds and hundreds of years. No one has really been able to do the same type of price modeling for electric or switch to electric. I mean, yes, there are definite advantages. Yes, it is the future, but it hasn't. The
future
it hasn't
is
been
in the future, and we still trying to figure out how to make the future in the present.
So
we're probably not going to see that anytime.
It hasn't been modeled, and then don't get me started on the moral ambiguity of like mining sustainability of rare earth minerals. So,
oh yeah, because lithium is in such a limited supply as petroleum.
Well, I was going to say cobalt, but
yeah.
I mean, look at what's happening to Cuba right now. Yeah. Cuba is on the Cuba's electricity grid is unique. It is pretty unique in the world because it's set to run off of crude oil. And the reason that was because when Castro overthrew Batista back in the 50s, where was he getting his support from? The Soviet Union. He was getting money, he was getting technical aid, and he was getting tons and tons of crude and refined oil. And so they based their electrical system on that. And it's really inefficient, but it's the way they had it. And that's why you see all these like 1950s cars that people have kept up. But now, ever since Venezuela, there's a new embargo. And right now, Cuba's about 3 weeks left. 3 weeks from running out of oil. Totally.
Yeah.
Airlines have stopped flying there because they can't get jet fuel to come back.
People are gonna
for the most
that
part,
country's about to go
yes.
dark, and
Yeah.
when it does, people are gonna just leave. It's
Yeah.
gonna be an entire island.
Well,
abandoned.
it's either going to leave or they're just going to regress.
Even further.
They'll be living in fallout for real.
You know,
No power.
I mean, I've said it before. I'll say it again, and I'm not. It's not like my original idea, but it's Cuba. Cuba under Castro was never independent. They always had. First they depended on the Soviet Union, then Russia to a certain extent, and then Venezuela, and yeah. Anyway, smashing!
welcome.
Yay, capitalism!
Logan.
Hey everyone, it's Logan on my Super Mario Logan account, and I want to help y'all get free money and free gift cards.
What the hell? Spam.
No idea. Yeah.
What is
Bye-bye.
2015 again? Like I think I missed the memo.
Yeah.
I like free stuff.
I like free
Wait,
stuff too, but
He left before he told us where to get free stuff.
oh, he left. I thought you booted him.
No, I was about to. I thought it was West Cagle coming on. But that's what
It
happened.
takes all kinds to make a world, I guess. Some
It
people
sure
still want
does. I want to hear more about the free stuff.
yeah.
Screw
Hey,
you
come
and your
back.
free stuff.
Hey, Logan, Mr. Super Mario brother, why don't you come back and talk at the same speed that you just did before you bounced, huh?
Screw you, you communist. Anyway.
Sake. Guy sounded like he didn't have any hair on his balls either.
The
Sounded like he
stimulants
did.
are
Yeah,
stimulants seem to be working.
That's what you get when you have 12-year-olds
Open panel.
log
That's
on.
what you get when you put that link out.
And I don't recognize you, but welcome, Sylvia. You're a
Sylvia's one of
lovely
mine.
artist. I figured that's why I wrenched her immediately. Yeah, thanks for being here. And yeah, welcome. Yeah, oh, fantastic. Oh, absolutely. Anyone that I know, any friends of my friends, any friend of Tony's or any friend of Max's, absolutely. We'll give them a blue wrench.
It's not like Cuba's ever had technology or like they've been an agrarian, like in a somewhat advanced agrarian culture. They've been putting out sugarcane and tobacco products.
And they can grow any food they need there. And it's just in nature. It's in public parks. You can go and eat stuff right off the trees. It's wonderful there.
All right,
Probably
guys,
get
I
arrested.
gotta go get my beer, I think they're here. I'll be right back.
Oh, that's a good idea. I got a beer going. Max, you want to hear a funny story? I've been to Cuba.
Sure. Uh-huh.
And they have I have one. You're not supposed to remove the currency from the
Well,
country.
they must be taking a scenic route.
I have a 3 peso
Oh.
bill. A 3. It's not a. There's a. Yeah, it's a 3 peso bill, and I've never seen another country that has that denomination of 3. But allegedly, I have one. I think
3, huh?
3. Yeah, 3 Cuban pesos.
That's
I don't know if they
I
still
hear
have
that's
it.
how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop.
0 if you know what you're doing.
True.
Microwave.
Oh, 0 if you bite it off.
Yeah, like I said, 0 if you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yes, that was funny, wasn't it, Jamie Lynn? Welcome and adios. And oh, hello. I don't recognize you, but welcome and hello. We're just burning some shit and talking Cuba. So welcome to you. Who is
Rivers
Cuomo? Oh, don't know.
Yeah.
Mi español no es bueno. I don't speak Spanish very well, but I've traveled to probably 20 Spanish-speaking countries, so I've practiced trying
I'll
to.
play what my wife knows a little bit of that Espanol. I'll tell you what.
She does.
What's the name of that What's the name of that Spanish guy at your gas station, Hank?
Here's speaking of someone who has good Spanish, because I've heard him in person. Old Man Bird can do dialects of Spanish. So yeah,
I could do dialects of Spanish, but I have to practice.
Never looked a gift horse in the mouth. No,
I'll
good idea.
tell you what, Hank Hill. Well, you could say that I might know a guy. Not tell you what. If you want, this is where I do my shameless plug. This is how I've gotten as far as I've gotten.
Welcome, Shark. Welcome. Well, now, yeah, but we don't take your opinion seriously. So.
What a loser.
That's not whatever. Anyway, I've been to Cuba, and you want to hear
Zoran Winter says what a loser.
Oh, hello. Hey, Nemesis. Good to hear. Hail you beautiful beings.
Please consider the Stark Fire YouTube channel for all your variety show needs. If you require any impersonation, parody, songwriting, piano performance, or more, please consider your source of entertainment where the variety show happens before the variety show. It's Friday.
Okay.
That's enough. Thank you.
So I get it. You go to Cuba, you get the 3 pesos bill. Yeah?
Yes. See? And the cars over there, they do look beautiful, but it's one of those deals where they look good from far, but far from good when you look up close.
Yeah.
They're put together with baling wire, and I spent a week in Cuba, and it was good. I liked it, but you know what? You really, even when there was no cameras around or anything like that, it was before I had cell phones. This is 2007. I was asking one of the local guys at a market. I was just chatting with him, and you know, I was having a beer, and I gave him some of my rum because I always had a pocket full of rum in Cuba, and I asked him because I just bought a baseball glove, a Cuban handmade leather baseball glove, and I asked him, well, who's the greatest baseball player in Cuba? Do you know what he told me? This is
Fidel Castro.
Yes. How fucked up is that? That would be like asking a Canadian who the greatest hockey player. Obviously, it's Wayne Gretzky, and they would say like, "Oh, well, it's Carney."
Obviously, it's fucking Wayne Gretzky.
Obviously, Trailer Park Boys.
You didn't know I could do a Bubbles, did you?
I did not know you could do a Bubbles.
No.
I got a story to tell you. Then, so I was at a music festival, and we had a seminar meeting at one of the side tents, and I got so white girl wasted, I passed it out on the hay bales, and I woke up that night still drunk. And I noticed who was setting up. It was Randy setting up a cheeseburger picnic.
No way. Randy from Trailer Park Boys.
He had his guys get like 500 McDonald's cheeseburgers, and he was grilling at the same time.
Wow.
So he held out the granny glasses. He pulled out the granny glasses, and he's like, "Who here can do a good Bubbles impersonation?" And I'm like, "Oh, let me at him. I'm the green fucking bastard. Let's fucking go." If you find it, I am on there, and I actually have a spatula signed with "Frig Off" on it that I got autographed from.
That
Randy
is awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, Slashy's here.
Now I might be trolling you at the time, but if you catch me at the right time of day, I'd be willing to tell you that the greatest hockey player of all time is Francois Mitterrand from France.
Oh yeah,
that's crazy, man. But yeah, greatest baseball player was Castro. And do you know what his team was? Little trivia note. Now this is according to a Cuban local, and this was 20 years ago, but I still remember his name. The team he played for was Los. An Old Man Bird would know
Los
this.
Perenderos.
Los. The bearded ones. How do you say that in Spanish? Los Barbados. But
don't you be talking about Barbados, Slim?
Yes. Oh, hey,
my
thanks,
manwich.
Shark Lover fan. Tony, do you recognize Shark Lover fan?
Shark Lover fan's another one of mine.
Fantastic, and hello and welcome to you.
T-Bone says he says, "Allow me."
Thank you.
TTTE Community Note says T-Bone does a great Hank Hill voice. Did you find this helpful?
I
Select
find it
yes or no.
confusing whether it's Hank or Hank's wife sometimes.
Select yes if no.
Thank you. That's awesome. Thanks for subscribing. I don't often promote myself as much as I should.
You
But,
should. It's time for you to rise up, Spidey. You must join us.
It's a lot of. I see the amount of work you do, Tony, and I don't know if I'm that dedicated, my friend. But I do enjoy doing this.
You admitted to try to talk me out.
I did because I didn't want you to be have your expectations too high. But you've done well, my friend.
Well, what can I say? When I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it.
No, good on you. Absolutely. I'm okay.
Please consider joining the Stark of Iron YouTube channel for all of your variety show needs and more. The link now has been posted below. Thank you for your subscription.
Yes,
And
sir.
now-
Francois Mitterrand, 48,000 goals and counting.
Thanks for being
Hell
here, Nemesis.
Hell
And
yeah.
hey, 26 subs. That I remember when I was at 25. That wasn't that long ago. Oh, Max, do you mind reading this from our friend?
Wayne Gretzky's daughter can handle a stick too, I imagine.
I think she can. I would say
Oh,
hello.
Lord.
Oh.
You
Oh
dummy.
dear.
You dummy.
I like your avatar.
You dummy.
You like your avatar.
You big dummy.
Man, I'm not used
Oh,
to
here
having
comes it.
this
It's
in
the-
my chair.
It
This
is the
is
goon come
Doom
out.
Cockpit issues.
Huh?
We have
about
so
these
many
people?
moderators. I don't think it's a problem.
You big dummy.
You
Well,
know
if
the
he's
trailer
just-
park
If he's
boys.
just saying you big dummy, we could just riff off of it. It's not like
No,
it's-
that's fine. That's not. That's fine. I've been.
Every time I
I'm
see you
coming,
dummy like that, I
Elizabeth.
keep thinking of, I'm like Red Fox over here. You big dummy.
Oh my God, Red Fox. Love that guy. Didn't he have a TV sitcom in the early 80s called Crazy
Stan?
Like a Fox?
Crazy like a fox.
And
All
Sanford and Sons.
Sanford
Yeah,
and
it
Son.
was Sanford and Son is obviously what I'm referencing. I'll be
Yes.
right back. Beers here.
I'm sure someone out there who was alive in the early 80s and late 70s, didn't Red Fox have a show briefly called Crazy Like a Fox? I think I remember that. But anyway, okay. And Sylvia, your lovely artist, says, my dog Lenny is next to me and he's being clingy. I like clingy cats and dogs. They're friendly. But as I was saying, did you know, Max, I grew up in the East Coast, New Brunswick, right beside Nova
Really?
Scotia and Maine. Yeah, 27 years there. And I was 5 hours from Fredericton, is about 4.5, 5 hours from Halifax, where Sunnyvale Trailer Park is located.
Oh,
That's a real place. And yeah,
Gotcha.
It was excellent.
magic.
Oh, Sanford and Son, yes. And I swear I remember Crazy Like a Fox, but that could be another one. Hello and welcome, T Stark, CEO fan, 199. WSG, what's going on? I don't know what that stands for. WSG. We're just having a fire and burning stuff because it's such a beautiful day. And the sun, did you notice, Max? The sun doesn't go down until about 5:30 p.m. here.
Yeah.
That's good. Ha!
So, interesting fact about the Burj Dubai in UAE.
Yeah.
It does not have an independent sewer hookup.
Sorry, the fire. I missed that. It does not have an independent what now?
It doesn't have an independent sewer hookup, which means it's like if you use the bathroom in the Burj Khalifa, it's got to be trucked out.
That's hey, Angry Kid 3000, welcome and hello to you. And it is a beautiful day for a bonfire. Cheers, chat. It is beer o'clock. I don't recognize you, Angry Kid 3000, but welcome and hello. Thank you for being here. Enjoy. I usually
I'm
do
very
have.
suspicious of that avatar, though.
Beer, beer, beer.
I like
beer,
it.
Beer.
I usually have bonfire streams once a month. I try to just get out and burn some stuff and have a chat with my friends. And sometimes
Gather
we go.
round, ye lads and lasses, such ye for a while, and hearken about me moan for tale about the Emerald Isle.
Still need
Let's
to get a
raise the
cat.
glasses to friends and family gone, and join us in another Irish drinking song.
Cheers.
Beer!
Now, what are your plans for St. Patrick's Day? Is there anything?
I'm going to have a St. Patrick's Day Stark party. You already fucking know that. We do one every year.
I figured. Grabbing the
It'll
wood.
be on
Absolutely.
the second channel this time around, though.
No tossing it in the fire. That's what you do with the wood. Sun
Angry
just came
Kid
up over here, says
3K.
Sashi.
Angry Kid 3K. I missed some stuff.
Welcome to you, Eric Burton. Wow, we've got a lot of people I haven't seen before. Welcome and thank you for being here.
Like
Must be time.
the rising sun.
To the rising sun.
Cheers.
Hail.
Hey, sorry, Max. Did you? I thought you said you had been to Cuba, or no?
Nope, not yet.
It's on there. Are you much of a water person? Like as far as activities in the water?
Yeah, totally. You know, I remember going up and down the Sea of Galilee.
Are you kidding me?
Nope.
Holy shit.
I wouldn't kid about going up and down the Sea of Galilee.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's kind of a holy body of water.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was in a banana boat.
That's another one of my fans,
What?
by the way. TCR, that fan 199 is one of mine.
Oh,
I'll
welcome.
I'll tell you which ones are mine. Obviously, I don't think I've met.
I have seen
3K or
and Eric
or
Burden. I think I've
Eric
seen
Borden.
you. Borden, sorry. I think I've seen you
Cooper
before, but
Collins
welcome.
and,
Either way.
He says Cooper Collins says you stink like poop.
We're getting all the.
We're getting like
comedians
some
in
trolls
there.
tonight. We're getting some trolls.
Well, that's fine. As long as people aren't malicious, man, you can. I find that kind of thing funny. Absolutely, as long as no one's malicious. I got big shoulders.
Smells like Nick Bates.
Yes, I do. And it helps not caring what other people think to an extent. You know. Now, where is the Sea of Galilee? I'm not being a smartass.
It's in the north. It's in the north.
What
It
country?
is Israel.
Israel.
Israel. It is right by where the Golan Heights comes out of the ground. One evening, we are going up and down the Sea of Galilee, and then we sleep on the beach.
Nice.
We sleep on the beach in the Galilee, and in the morning we wake up and there is the Golan. It's like right there, and you realize that there was a day not that long ago when there were Syrians with artillery and guns firing down on Israelis.
Wow.
So, and then the next day we went up into the Golan Heights, and we were like looking down on the place where we were sleeping. I'm like, wow, yeah, Israel is never giving this back.
Wow. Now, and just because I'm the one with the fire, I'm going to do this. No, please don't take offense, either of you. Would you, Tony, do you mind reading this from our good friend Sashi, who's coming to us from Malaysia?
I believe, says Sashi, 4440, I think that the Burj Khalifa is now connected to the sewage system. Originally, it was not due to the rapid development over there. You can do wonders when you don't care for your workers.
Oh, yeah.
And I also want to welcome I want to welcome. I'm going to go ahead and speak on his behalf. Apparently, we have former U.S. President Barack Obama in the house. I want to
I
go
was
ahead.
about to say, is Barry Hussein? Is that one of yours, Tony?
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and speak on his behalf. Are you ready?
See,
Canadian Spider-Man, shut up.
No, look, one of my friends who used to be a liberal, used to be a Democrat,
Excuse me, Mr. Senator.
and one of my
Mr.
friends
Senator.
posted on Facebook yesterday that, look, here's Barack Obama and his wife. They're just so pure, and I wanted to engage. Like, are you sure you want to say pure? I mean, I could point out one or two things just off the top of my head. Are you sure you want to go with pure?
Now, Mr. Senator, I understand that you think it's your turn, but it's technically my turn. I'm still running this debate.
Whatever you say, Coachies. that man is number one for the ugliest presidential library. You ever seen that thing? It's like a butt plug. It's a grift monolith. That's what I call it, the grift monolith.
Oh no!
I understand that y'all are a bit ungrateful for the fact that we gave you all free cell phones, okay?
You got your Obama phones, Obamacare, and your cash for clunkers. Drove up the cost of used cars. Thank you very much.
yeah, that was a big program. I remember advertisements for that up here.
Anywho,
Oh, you're welcome. If you're a friend of the channel.
Well, we're in the Syrian civil war. If they start using certain types of weapons, we're going to go in. That's our red line. It's like, well, yeah, they crossed a red line, but you know what? I don't give a shit. I'm the Black Nixon. Fuck you.
The Black Nixon.
Man, I'll tell you what, dude, his hair turned white in a short amount of time, eh?
I mean,
Obama.
Yeah, we still got an hour.
I mean, George Bush, the original George Bush, Persian Gulf, doesn't need to barely say a lot of words. But if you look at a lot of the problems that we're dealing with today, they're either caused by or aggravated a certain president from Chicago. That's all I'm going to say. Wouldn't be prudent to go further at this
I
juncture.
understand that you guys are talking about domestic affairs. I put a man on the moon.
We're going to do this, that, and the other thing because not because it is easy, but because I am hard.
Marilyn Monroe's going to meet me up in the office later.
Now, I have a question about Tony. Are you impersonating the president, or are you impersonating the Simpsons character?
Well,
you know that I like to do both the iterations of the presidential elect Jack Kennedy.
Yes.
You know, I sound more like Bobby Kennedy. I don't care.
You know, I once saw Daryl Hammond in his one-man show here in La Jolla, and he said, yeah, you know, they speak in that accent because they all got stoned one day. Say, hey, Bobby, Teddy, let's all talk like this and let's screw around with people and they can think that was stupid.
And now, if you want to talk like Mayor Quimby at Springfield, I can do that too.
That is why Route 605 will be called the Matlock Expressway. But it's like, yeah, you know, there's, I don't know, I hail Elon and Jeff Bezos and all the astro pioneers.
Yeah,
but
it's got a knot in it, dude.
Here's the thing. There's three reasons why I am not excited about space travel. Number one, plumbing. Number two, gravity. Number three, radiation.
Yeah. Number four, the lack of what would be considered safe hull integrity for long, deep journeys.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna start to put moon bases up there, right? And I've heard we're gonna put some telescopes in some deep craters on the moon
Yeah, I mean,
that are
there's
shielded from light at
you
all.
know, and if that iron sky thing turns out to be BS and there's no one on the other side of the moon, then that's going to be great because the telescopes love dark spots. But it's the fact is that if you're going to Mars, it's kind of a one-way trip because your body is going to decompensate to the point where you're not going to be able to survive on Earth.
That's right.
Your bones are going to decalcify. Your heart is going to learn to pump at a lower gravity, where if you come back to Earth, you're going to risk heart failure.
Well, the thing is, there's a way to simulate gravity.
Yeah.
Through rotation, and just let the centripetal force push down at the rate of gravity. Against the sides of the can. But that's not the big issue. The big issue, that gravity is actually one of the easiest things.
Klingons.
Atmosphere. Atmosphere as well is really easy. You could just have a couple of pools of water and electrify it for electrolysis. That's easy. The issue is we do not have a metal. We do not have something that would actually be considered starship grade hull strength.
Yeah.
Oh.
And all it will take is something the size of a screw flying at 80,000 miles an hour to pop your ship like a zit.
Yeah.
That's it.
There's too many. There's so many. Just the known unknowns is a list of nightmares.
Why do we have to build the ship bulletproof if we can use energy to deflect all debris like a shield?
Well, Captain Kirk, I'll tell you how easy it is for you to create an energy field. You would have to have a power source capable of being able to align your electrons or proton fields to emulate physical mass, maintain that charge, as well as be able to maneuver your starship's engines, life support, and et cetera. And we don't seem to have this ability to generate more than a few stars worth of output to handle something.
I think eventually we will get there, just not in my lifetime, and certainly not in lifetime.
Great 1 hour later. Great grandkids' lifetimes either.
Well, I don't know. I think I'm slightly more optimistic than you are, Mr. Stark.
No, I'm just being honest with you. Let me tell you why. If you look at our periodic table, we have a lot of heavy metal, right? We have a lot of heavy metal. Now, we are only able to work with the materials that we are allotted. Okay? We can only make so many alloys. We can only do so many blends. We can only do so many of this and that based on our base materials.
Stipulated.
The problem is, that's one of mine. The problem is, you have to have a lot heavier and more tensile material than what we have available naturally.
Yes.
So
where you have to have your tritaniums and duraliniums
Well, hang on. What about a really bouncy material that the stuff would just bounce off of?
Okay, so we're just gonna go to Wakanda and get the vibranium. That's a real metal.
What's like the densest usable metal we have is basically like depleted uranium.
Depleted uranium is dense, but also brittle, especially under extreme temperatures.
Yes.
Tungsten, likewise. Titanium, likewise. Nickeladium, well, depends on what side is facing the sun.
I thought it was
we don't have the materials. We just don't.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. That's the issue.
Welcome.
That's the issue. If for some odd reason we were the first planet from the sun and weren't burnt to a crisp, we'd have materials that would have been made from that cooldown that would have expanded our periodic table past this natural list that we have. We have to obtain new and more potent elements, and the only way that happens is if your planet just happens to be closer to its parent star and cool down quicker than everything else.
I liked it when the chief complaints were my manwich.
We were lucky enough. We were absolutely lucky enough to get what we have to be able to make things like skyscrapers.
Yeah.
Hey, Gap.
Yeah.
With
No,
the
I
stuff that we
agree.
have.
I agree.
But we don't have
I never.
we don't have the material. We don't have the raw material. We can argue the math all day long. We can argue the math, and the math will tell us yes, it's possible. Yes, it's possible. Yes, it's possible. But from an engineering standpoint, it's absolutely not possible because we don't have the materials to cater to the numbers of the math. We just don't.
And what about this whole cryo freeze? I mean, is that a good way to get around the fact that it takes so long to get there, or are we just
Well, it's not even it's the time factor isn't the that's not the point. What your body just doesn't is maladjusts to your body maladjusts in terms of losing calcium, of bone density, and again, like I said, in zero gravity, your heart wants to be spheroid. You know, it's in
the void it'll become a flatworm.
Well, you know, it will in lack of, like I say, in lack of gravity, it wants to be spheroid, and then, you know, if you introduce some sort of gravity, it will try to be its normal shape, but it's what happens when you run into a higher gravity, like when you return to Earth. That's why it's often said that going to Mars is going to be a one-way trip.
And that's not including the radiation, the space debris.
You know, the magnetic fields, the magnetic fields of Earth.
Yeah.
Shield it from cosmic radiation, for one. So,
unless a GRB happens next door, our magnetic field is able to disperse just about any form of cosmic radiation. Now, if GRB happened next door, we're all microwaved anyway. That's
a GRV?
Gamma ray burst.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well.
Right. Which would get the damn kids to put down their screens.
Well, if we had a caring, I
think everybody would be putting down their lives.
If we had a Carrington event, except, you know, it's not 1830 anymore.
We would be able to recover from a Carrington event
eventually,
a lot slower, because in when the Carrington event happened, it was just telegraph lines that overloaded.
Right.
A lot of people's money, and this is why I say, hey, make sure you got cash. Make sure you just withdraw and put your cash in safe. Just keep your cash. Because there's going to be a time where all that digital money is going to be deleted at the whim of a solar storm, which will pop it will immediately regress us into a depression. It will automatically go from 2020 whatever to 1929 all over again. Over again.
Silver's trading, silver's trading above $5,000 an ounce now.
Yeah. People are preparing for it. It's only a matter of time before the sun decides to give us another good, sloppy kiss.
You know, actually silver shot up to about $120 an ounce, not like about a week and a half ago. But
I know
it came right down.
I bought in at a 70, I think, so I'm still up on the deal. I like physical metals. I do. And in the past, I know, like in Germany during a certain event, people who were debanked were able to use precious metals to get out of the country. And that might be needed in this country if, before too long.
Your Maple Leaf coins.
Gamer Awesome is one of ours.
Yes, thank you. Welcome. I was just noticing. Now my chat.
Vibranium is a fake metal, Jamie.
There it is.
Vibranium is a fake metal, unfortunately.
Welcome.
I think she's having at you, Mr. Stock.
think Tony knows them. Oh, you think Tony knows what?
No,
Party all
game
night,
console.
baby. Thanks. Yeah, bonfire party. Absolutely.
Well, at least for another hour.
There is a party, and welcome. Gamara, awesome, silly friend.
Gamer awesome.
Gamer, okay. With the sun, and it's hard to read. There's
People
a dirt
seem
bike
to
next door.
stalk me. They seem to know where I go.
There's a dirt bike next door. Magnetic shielding doesn't require as much power as energy shield, says Sashi. And he's
True,
Asian,
but
so he
how
knows what
many-
he's
how
talking
many-
about.
How many metals are we going to be encountering in the void that have magnetic properties or react to magnetic fields? And what kind of metals are we going to encounter that are going to require specific magnetic frequency to be defensed by those fields?
Superconductor-based magnetic shielding? That sounds very interesting.
Zek would need the
idea.
computational power of your starship to not only be able to ping nearby debris in real time, but also be able to analyze it in real time and be able to adjust its magnetic fields in real time. And that's only if the computer has those particular minerals and elements on file.
Yes, and welcome to
I'm
all the
sorry
new
to be
friends.
such a doomsayer, but I
Now,
have
what
to express that it is very difficult to even get the starship from first contact, right?
Do you understand that they're trying
true.
to put another vessel around the moon and it's been delayed until next month?
Those pitiful humans are trying to escape again. Ha 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 ha! Help! Run! He's got a board with a nail in it.
Now, what do you know about the? Oh shit! I forget the term. Where the satellites that we have in
about
The Kessler effect, the Kessler syndrome.
yes, that's a real thing. We used to
Yeah.
have where we could anticipate and course correct for satellites at like literally days, and now we're down to, I believe, under 2 minutes. Like some of Elon's computer systems are doing like millions of calculations and course adjustments over the course of a year. Times that by how many? Can you describe?
Well, there are the first piece
a bunch
of
of mirrors
the-
and motion trackers.
the first piece of metal was put into space by man in 1958. That was Sputnik. And there are 45 to 55,000 other pieces of metal in orbit that have been put there by man-made activity that are above 10 centimeters. The number of pieces, the number of objects that are below 10 centimeters is in the hundreds of thousands.
Hundreds of thousands. So
Yes.
So there's money to be made in going up and cleaning that shit up somehow with robots.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're gonna have to do an awful lot of like retasking and course correction, and then then of course you're gonna have the Chinese and the Russians saying, "Oh no, that our space junk, stay away." But
that's
yeah.
true. That and because a lot of space vehicles and space things, I mean, from my impression, I've been to the Kennedy Space Center. They use a lot of gold and silver and platinum, so they're worth something.
Well, I mean, they use gold foil and silver foil, and it's not like they're putting gold bars on the. It's like they use, for example, they put like gold foil because gold has a really high heat conductivity.
Yes, that's right.
So they can use it for shielding, or they can use gold foil in the face masks to put off the UV rays and such.
That's right.
But it's not. Believe me, if it was exploitable, someone would be exploiting it.
Yeah, the Martians, for example.
Yeah.
Or the Ferengi.
Stupid
Never
humans.
keep a Ferengi from his money.
So, yeah, there are those like there are those metals and materials in orbit, but not in any serious quantity to be commercially exploitable.
There is no profit here. Sorry, I've got to turn my mic off. There's motorcycles dirt bikes everywhere.
Hooligans,
Well, that's
vandals of
why
the
we live in
road,
the country. There's no cops here. That's why we're out here.
vandals of the road.
Right. Material from Wakanda. Problem solved, says Jamie Lynn
Right.
Simon.
If only Wakanda were real and said material. Then while we're at it, if we can get some nth metal from the DC universe and maybe some adamantium for good measure to properly alloy it. You know what? I think I saw an infinity modulator that's 7 of 9 just left laying on the desk. Go ahead and make a shield generator out of it.
Say, Silvio, Jamie, can we just open a metals exploitation in your mind?
Just to ensure that we ain't got to worry about long distance trips, we'll have Rick Sanchez give us his portal technology so the ship just go from point A to point B in an instant. There you go. Hey, look at that. Instant starship, folks. We did it. We're going to Mars.
Took us what? How long to get away from like the main solar system, like with Voyager and Pioneer.
That's right.
Well, Galileo, no, it was Voyager 1. Voyager 1 finally left the Sol system. It is technically outside of the heliosphere and bouncing around in the Kuiper belt right now.
Okay.
That took almost 60 years to do that. And it's coasting at about 180,000 miles an hour. So you do the math.
Galileo.
It's gonna hit something in the Kuiper belt and shred.
Yep.
So the way to overcome great distances, if we're good enough to invent interstellar time travel, we can also invent time machines, so we can just keep resetting the time back along our journey. Makes sense.
Well, that gets into spatial folding. Obviously, space-time is one fabric.
Mm-hmm.
So if you fold space and have a portal from point A to point B, as long as you travel through that connection you've created in space-time, then time is irrelevant because you are instantaneously returning to the point of origin via the fold. The problem is keeping something like that open without causing irreparable damage to the fabric of space-time. That's the issue. Well, both of them are the issue, technically. It will require a Herculean amount of energy regardless.
Gaussian.
The issue really is... See, that's the reason whenever you talk about like warp speed in Star Trek isn't spatial folding. It's just achieving FTL. And if you looked at the FTL calculations, they do have a generalization of why they're able to maintain communications. You got subspace communications and things like that. But, if you looked at it from more real physical standpoint, every time that you jump FTL, you technically, according to the laws of space-time, would be irrevocably going that much far into the past, as well as traveling the physical distance. So there's just some weird math and a lot of Trekkies have figured out some like general figure to it. But at the end of the day, it's a bunch of hypothetical what ifs. Like it's a mess to think about. And now you got me thinking about it while half cocked drunk. Thanks.
I can't. It won't let me bring up Pat, this is the last comment that
Mhm.
StreamYards will allow me. I can't see anything on the StreamYard side past this, and I'm on the YouTube side, and I see there's a whole bunch. So I'm not ignoring you, chat.
It's
We are-
Duckyard's doing this.
We are following
it-
Sylvia, and Gap After Dark says
Thank you.
Elon Musk's SpaceX operates approximately 9,300 to 10,000 Starlink satellites in low Earth orbit.
And thank you so much, Sylvia. I appreciate this.
And
Thank you
Booty.Nikki2391 says salvage operations can pay off here in the ocean, I would think.
Mhm.
Of course, there's Point Nemo, which is the farthest point of anything in the Pacific Ocean, and its purpose is where we ditch expended satellites and spacecraft.
What?
Yeah, there's a point in the ocean where we just say, okay, this is farther. This is in the South Pacific, and it's farther. It's like 2,500 miles from anything. And this is where we're going to ditch our satellites. So that's where we like ditch things like satellites and the Mir space station and such.
Wow.
Yeah, because it's farther from it's farther than anything. It's farther than anything. It's basically the most barren, isolated place on the planet.
I guess, but can't we like reuse some of the? It just seems like a waste. I guess.
Not really.
And as a diver, as a scuba diver, I don't like the idea of putting shit in the ocean. There are parts of Australia where you can't go in with sunscreen on, which I agree with.
No, I agree with you, but it's really hard to. It's easy. I don't want to say it's easy to put stuff up there, but it's easier to put stuff up there than to take stuff down logistically. And yeah, you would think, but if think about the logistic difficulty of bringing stuff down safely.
Well, let's get dangerous. I'm a little tired of all this safety shit, personally.
Okay.
Let's just get the job done. Anyway, speaking of fish, this is from Aruba. I went snorkeling in Aruba, and I had an underwater disposable
Easing
camera.
the fish without Vox here.
There you go. Yeah, I don't know what kind of the yellow and those are parrotfish. The gray ones with the red fins. I'm gonna say those are parrotfish. The ones with the yellow and black stripes that kind of look like fish bumblebees. I don't know what those are. They kind of look like sergeant majors. But,
those are sergeant
hello,
majors.
puppy. Hello, puppy. Hi.
Those are sergeant majors. We discussed that. Well, Vox discussed that with you the other night.
Yes,
those are 4 stripes.
I think so. Yeah. And I've never been in the military. I don't like taking orders from people dumber than me. So I don't know the rankings or anything like that. But yeah, I just thought I'd show the chat that. Hi, puppy. I don't know whose dog you are, but there's a lot of dogs around. No, thank you for reading the chat because StreamYards is messing with me. Yes, Jamie Lynn Simons, throw caution to the wind. Let's get dangerous. Yes, Booty, Duty, Nick. Who said that? Let's get dangerous.
Darkwing Duck said that.
Darkwing Duck. Yeah, you're right.
Darkwing Duck.
Yeah, Otter's over here.
If there's trouble, you call DW.
He's a cutie.
Darkwing Duck. Better watch out, you bad boy.
I'm so glad they haven't messed with Darkwing Duck. So here's a space-related question. Imperial Star Destroyer versus Battlestar Galactica.
With the Galactica itself?
Battlestar.
The Galactica itself.
The Galactica itself could probably handle an ISS. The Galactica would have trouble with anything bigger than that, though, from the Imperial Navy.
I mean, do you ever see? Do you remember the one where, like, the very last episode where they like went in between the base stars, and it's like the Galactica has missiles.
It does.
And also, the Empire relies on thermal-based shielding. Now, when you get down to the technicals, thermal-based shielding of Star Wars starships is basically a thin field that it convects the heat caused by turbo laser impact. It's the reason why, regardless of how big your starship is, the light mass of a phaser array is going to cut through you like butter, right? So, depending on the power of the BSG's missile array and how much thermal energy output it can create on impact, it could very well easy pop the shields of an ISS.
Oh,
Well, again, the shielding technology in Star Wars is the weakest form of shielding. It is legitimately the weakest. That is the reason why a Federation, you could take a workhorse Federation starship, as long as its phaser arrays are hot, it'll cut through that thermal shielding like it ain't nothing. It'll cut through because phasers are light mass.
hmm.
They're not lasers. They're masers.
Ah, there's a word I haven't heard in a while. Can you? I don't know. I can't define the difference. What's there's
A maser is light mass. It's mass in your laser. It has a variable kinetic output as well as a thermal output. Versus laser energy, regardless of frequency, you would have to make a laser do any kind of real damage thermally requires godly amounts of power. That's the reason why turbo laser batteries in starships in Star Wars are massive. You got these big fucking coils plugged up to the guns, and you know it's a very powerful technology, but it's still a very crudely designed, bigger is better technology. They're putting in plasma generators to put out this kind of output.
The newest design, and I believe they're building it now for the latest American battleship, which is powered by 2 nuclear reactors. They have doubled the power that they need because they're building for the future. They have a space and a design for a giant laser and a railgun on the latest design of battleships that they're currently building in the United States. God bless America. You guys rock.
Yeah,
you got your issues. But
military railguns are awesome. I love magnetic accelerators. I love railguns. Don't get me wrong, but you have to have a have a stable platform. You have to have a massive bearing for the amount of kickback, and putting a railgun on a ship. You already have a lot of stabilization in the water, but you still have to have something that's going to be able to absorb a lot of that kickback.
The Japanese figured it out before we did.
Yeah. But, I mean, it would be comedic to say, you know, to see a ship just like bob and weave after every shot, just be like, it is like, you know, almost capsizing, almost tipping over. But that's exactly how that would look if it's not stabilized properly.
Tony, do you mind reading this since you're the one that laid it out?
Nope, mess with the Galactica. Well, the Galactica isn't the end-all be-all of starships. We could go bigger.
The space battleship Yamato with the wave motion gun, you're not going to survive that. I don't care who you are.
Yamato's pretty tough, but Yamato is also utilizing tactics. This is a tactical assessment that I like to compare to Warhammer 40K. There are a lot of people in my fandom for 40K that says, "Oh, the Imperial ships are bigger, so they're automatically going to destroy anything that the Star Wars Imperial Navy or the Federation, because they're bigger and they can destroy planets with a full broadside." There's your mistake, guys. Full broadside. Okay, broadside warfare in space is fucking silly. All right, you have to look at this from
that should be a t-shirt.
You have to look at it from this particular perspective. Broadside engagement in space is absolutely fucking silly. It is, because you're in space. You have literally all 3 dimensions to have points of engagement with. Why are you going to take the time to line your ship up with another ship and then let fly all guns? This isn't Pirates of the fucking Caribbean. You're in space.
Two-dimensional thinking.
You are
But
in
it looks
space.
really cool in the
And
movie.
it does look cool. I'm not going to say that it doesn't look cool. I'm not going to say that whatsoever. But
more successfully than America. In
Yeah.
fact, actually, Japan is testing out railguns on
but
ships.
you know, and you know, it's like you could take a workhorse starship of the Federation and take out a Warhammer 40K Imperial battleship. And I know that the Emperor is frowning at me right now, but I don't give a shit because I'm looking at this from a tactical point of view. You have an itty bitty little spec that they're never going to hit because it's got the speed factor. It takes 10 minutes to turn one of those 5-mile long juggernauts around. And then you have a Federation starship that has the Federation even in the Star Trek galaxy is known for their mobility and speed. We have the speed factor. There is no way whatsoever that we are ever going to be outmaneuvered by something as big as a church with a big fucking set of guns on it. All right. We're not going to get hit by that motherfucker. And all we got to do is just beam in a photon torpedo into the engine bay of one of those things, and it's bye-bye Sally. We don't even need to fire a weapon. We could beam in a photon torpedo into the warp core,
Right.
and that Imperial starship is toast.
That is the argument. That is the argument.
Don't
But in
have-
order to get within range, apparently they have better, because they can track stuff across galaxies. They have better sensors than
What, the BSGs or the Imperial Navy?
the Imperial Navy.
The
They have
Imperial Navy
real
has Imperial Navy. It's not sensors that they got.
Yes.
It's a network between all of their ship sensors communicating with one another.
Oh, I see.
But yes, it would be difficult to approach an Imperial Star Destroyer on its blind side. But there's still 3 big fucking engine thrusters in the back that are poorly defended. And also, Imperial Star Destroyers fall into the same thing that Warhammer 40K navies do, and a lot of these bigger ships do, broadside warfare. They seem to forget that they're in space. Most of the starships' armaments are on the sides of that cheese wedge.
Yeah.
Now, the issue that the Federation starship would have against a ISS would be its contingent of TIE fighters. Now, TIE fighters are flimsy. They have no shielding at all. They're literally 2 NASA fins with a pod.
Right.
But there are a fuck ton of them. Therein lies the difference.
Like the
They can
Cylons.
sw- they
Entire
can swarm.
squadron of them. There are a fuck ton of them. Yeah, take out 2 or 3. Who cares?
The last starfighter. There you go, Jason. And Prince, Prince has been to Japan before. Man, I lived there in 2004. It was fantastic, and you love the food. That's hands down the best thing, as well as the architecture, the temples, yeah, and the culture, the people as well. And good for you see what's happening in Japan, right? They elected a new super conservative female prime minister just, I don't know, within this year, early part of the year. And but she didn't have she had a minority government, so she couldn't get a lot of stuff done. And she called a snap election just apparently like a month ago. And based her plan around immigration, because Japan, when I was there for the longest time, they only had 1% foreigners in Japan. It's 99% born and raised pure blood Japanese, and their numbers went from 1% to 2% immigrants, and the country went apeshit. And so she ran on immigration, and these are bad actors. Don't get me wrong. The 2% that are there are bad actors.
I mean,
She won.
Japan is facing a demographic crisis almost as bad as China's or Russia's. But they are determined to deal with it on their own terms. So it's like, okay, it's going to happen if we don't get
Yep.
immigration. It's like, okay, we're not going to get immigration. That's not what we want to do.
No, and they would rather keep their culture homogenous. Now they're welcome tourists, and they are so friendly to tourists. If you're there, they are so very friendly. But they are worried about losing what they have, and if they do depopulate, they are very adaptable. The Japanese are, in my experience, probably some of the most adaptable people on the planet. And if they have to deal with only having, what's their population? 125 million when I was there.
Yeah.
If they have to deal and adapt to having 100 million people or 90 million people in Japan, they will adapt successfully. I mean, I didn't realize this, 80% of their cities in World War II were leveled to the
Yeah.
ground, and something ridiculous. And what, within 40 years, they started having this, an incredible economy that was a world powerhouse.
Now I know that we just went from one side of power scaling to the other, but I just want to go ahead and tell you that there's a little secret. There's always a bigger fish. If you want to share that right quick, you probably can't see that too well as you maximize it.
Yeah,
there's always a bigger fish.
Go.
That's Unicron, for those of you that don't know, and that is what the Death Star 1 would be in comparison of size towards. All right? There's always going to be a bigger fish whenever we talk about these starship battles.
What are we? Right? Is that a Borg sphere?
No, that's the Death Star. That's the Death Star. It's Unicron taking on both the Imperial Navy and what few rebels that were caught in the crossfire. You see the Falcon right underneath his hand. And if you look in the distance of that, those little triangular shapes are all ISSs. And then you got the slightly bigger Executor in between the Death Star and Unicron's face.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to Cybertronians are godlike entities, regardless of what sci-fi universe you've put in. I've had so many arguments of just how much damage that you could do to not just Unicron. Say, for example, you put Optimus Prime and Megatron in Mos Eisley, right? And they're fighting in Mos Eisley. And of course, you got those rogues and those vagabonds, but obviously the Empire is going to respond, right? The Empire is going to be like, hey, this is one of our planets. What the fuck's going on here? What's this unregulated alien activity? The ground forces of the Galactic Empire are going to have a hard time bringing either one or two of those motherfuckers down. Like, even with the massive amount of E-11 broadside fire that your stormtroopers are firing at it, concussion missiles, that sort of thing, don't matter.
Now, how would they handle the Borg? Because they'll just beam in.
The Borg,
and take you over from the inside.
Overpowered species.
Thank you, Celia.
Borg is very overpowered in the fact that they only need to encounter certain technological outputs for a few moments before they adapt their shields to that frequency. That's the Borg's biggest weapon. The Borg's biggest weapon is their ability to defend themselves and to analyze, understand, and assimilate the target. When it comes to Cybertronians, obviously their power output is incredibly powerful. Energon is still one of the most powerful forms of energy consumption versus power output out there in all of fiction. You would probably need a Borg sphere and at least a good chunk of the collective, I'd say a good fourth of the collective, to put their complete programs into analyzing it. So it would really depend on how much Borg in communication of their collective that they have, whether it's through subspace or otherwise, that will put attention towards this. Obviously, here let's just paint a scenario. Let's just do this in real time, okay? So the Ark and the Nemesis miss their slip space calculations, don't crash land into Earth, and they end up in the Gamma Quadrant, and there just happens to be Borg there, right?
Right.
All right. So first thing that's going to happen is the Borg is immediately going to assess this as a technological species. These species is not biological in any way, shape, or form. And as you know, the Borg is very much technological and biological. They have figured out a way to bridge the two forms of existence into one entity. So they're going to have a bit of a struggle. They're going to be like, okay, where are the life forms that are operating these otherwise gargantuan starships? So as they're thinking about that, Megatron, who's still chasing Prime, is going to notice that there's these big fucking blocks of dark metal coming towards them now, and he's going to be like, Starscream, broadside fire. I want those things turned to slag. I will not be interrupted in my pursuit of Prime, right? Because obviously he's like, it's like with Khan and Kirk. Megatron's focused on Prime, but this is going to be a hindrance.
Yep.
So the Nemesis is going to take out a cube or two in like full straight in a display of force. Like the Nemesis will do that. And it will do that in the amount of time. It will do that in the amount of time that it would take for the Borg to assimilate that power output.
You think so?
So in a couple of minutes, yeah. So the Borg's going to take some
an
losses.
interesting matchup.
Yeah. And of course, there's Prime, who now also has to defend himself. And obviously, the Ark is a colony ship; it's not a warship. So they're going to have a little bit of a harder time. They're going to have a little bit of a harder time dealing with this threat as the Borg start to beam in. Because at this point, the Borg are beaming in. Now, most Borg life forms are humanoid. They're, as tall as we are, sometimes a little bit taller, sometimes a little bit shorter. Cybertronians, on the other hand, are on average about 20 feet tall. So there is going to be that size difference.
Yep. That's an issue. That's an issue. What do? You're injecting your thing into his knees.
If you get close enough. The problem is
exactly.
Even though your shields can handle energy output, there are still a lot of varied Cybertronian forms of warfare. Cybertronians have varied weapons with varied outputs and degrees of frequency designed to combat each other. That is also a key word. Cybertronians are at war with each other. So their warfare is against their powers and their abilities to be durable and defensive.
I'm going to go with the more adaptable. Yeah,
the people that can adapt. If there's enough of a collective, I see the Autobots and the Ark falling first to assimilation. And the Decepticons will have a very valiant last stand that will last months in real time.
Yes. Boy, I'd watch the shit out of that.
Yeah, that would be awesome, wouldn't it? Thank you for letting me have that little bit of a what if. I love those procedural what ifs. That would be cool as hell.
I want to hear a little bit from Max. It's coming up almost to time to go over to Doomcock, so I'm gonna have to close this down here. But Max, you've been quiet for a bit. Any thoughts on anything really?
I think the Daleks would exterminate all of them.
Daleks have the most intense power output because they're literally designed to erase matter with their extermination ray.
So
boring. Wow, Jamie Lynn. They are relentless and cybernetic, and they have the will to assimilate all into their collective.
They're going to have significant losses if they're going to try and take on both the Nemesis and the Ark. They will assimilate the Ark first. The Optimus Prime will fall, and then Megatron will be that much more livid because the Borg would have taken his kill, and that is the reason why it would take months for the Borg to assimilate the rest of the Decepticons, because he would be that fucking mad.
Welcome, Captain Rusty Rivers. I want to welcome you. We were just talking about the Autobots and Decepticons, but I've got to wrap it up here. Yeah, take carrots, Sashi. What? Why is Sashi? Why does he need carrots? Where's he going? Is it a big? I don't know where you're going, Sashi, but it sounds fun. Yeah, thanks for being here. And Max, what? Yeah, do you have any plans for streaming in the next?
Not right now. We'll see. Future is not ours to see.
No. And
Certainly
yeah,
there is.
I know you did mention you did say your condolences for what happened in British Columbia up north there earlier yesterday, I guess. Hi, Otter. Hi, this is Otter. Hi, Otter.
That's an otter.
That is an otter.
That's
Well,
his
it's a
name.
dog.
Ah,
He likes to swim. But yeah, that was a horrible thing that happened up there. And you watch, they will use it to take our SKSs, even though it had nothing to do with an SKS. You watch. That is my
Yeah.
prediction. Sadly, they will turn it political before you know it.
they're already
But it is a very
doing so.
sad. It is a sad situation up there, and yet again, mental damage with mental issues with medication and firearms. Not a good combination.
Nope.
But thank you for being here, Jason Love, and thanks everyone for being here. But I do have to shut this down because it's almost doomcock time. Right?
Well, you
This
all
guy
have
right here.
fun over there. I, unfortunately, in order to have the kind of people that he has, I got to dedicate as much time as possible to make that happen. Be sure to say hi to all the cool kids over there. Tell them that I miss them and all that jazz. If you are interested in the variety show on one day early, that's right. If you can't wait till Friday, I do the exact same thing, if not a little bit different. In fact, a lot different. With more parodies, cartoon impersonations, and more. Please consider Stark's Thursday Matinee so that you don't have to wait for the frolics every Friday. I do bust my ass, and I would love to have you and to prove my worth to you and to hold a candle to some of the more successful people out there. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, please also consider Radio 616 if you have a VR headset or at least a computer that could run VR chat. Alistair the Radio Demon will be doing his broadcast totally off of YouTube because I'm not going to stream against
Wow.
that is where I've been getting a lot of my other subscribers too. I've expanded into a totally new endeavor. Alistair will be playing some music all over his radio later on tonight at the Hasman Hotel instance in VR chat. I love each and every one of you. Thank you for giving me this time to sit here and have a few beers with you. Say hi to all of the important people over there, and we will catch you soon.
Thank you. And yeah, I want to thank both Tony and Max. You were here first. I want to thank you both for being here.
No problem.
Appreciate it. Well, I had to make sure that I had enough to get a few drinks to hang out with you.
That's
Well, I'm going to hit that old dusty trail. Y'all have fun over there at DC's. Tell him I said hi and I miss him, but I'm pretty sure he understands why I have to keep working to build my own empire, as it were.
No, you're doing good work and you're having success. Wait, I gotta shut the stream down. See you later,
Let's
folks.
fucking go, baby. Don't forget to